to the Humans and Animals article written by Julie Urbanek, a puppy mill is an intensive breeding facility created in 1945 during World War II. It is a non-traditional and socially problematic way of breeding animals, and it really shows the dark side of humanity. The majority of people who are interested in owning a dog want a dog from a puppy, something they can train from a baby and all the way up through their lives. But that is not always the greatest option. There are plenty of animals that are more than willing and need to be adopted from a shelter. Puppy mills encourage malnourishment, poor conditions, and lack of human interaction. Now, facilities like puppy mills support inbreeding, and they gain all their profits off of inbreeding purebred animals because the desire for purebreds is through the roof. That's all everybody wants. They don't want a little mixed mutt like this guy right here. Now look at him, isn't he adorable? You should adopt him, not him, but someone like him, because he's mine. According to the article, Dogs and Animal Shelters by David Huber, dog shelters are similar to primate deprivation studies. Would you like to be in a deprivation study without your consent? I know I would. David Huber also states that bad behavior in dogs is one of the leading causes for an animal to be sent back to a shelter. A dog is only as good as his owner. And if an owner is unwilling to train an animal, then that dog is not going to be a good dog, and which will lead to an animal most likely being sent back to a shelter, or being abused even worse. An animal's bad behavior will ultimately lead to it being given up and sent back to a shelter. And a dog that is bad in a shelter is most likely not going to be readopted. And on average, 2.7 million dogs and cats per year are murdered from shelters because nobody wants to adopt them. So the problem begins with shelters. Aspen, please, I'm speaking. Shelters are poor conditions, they have lack of human quality, just like a puppy mill. No better than a puppy mill, nearly. But what a shelter offers is an opportunity for this dog to find a forever home. And that's what is the ultimate goal for any animal that goes into a shelter, is to get a forever home. Now, with lack of training opportunities and research opportunities, there's no benefit for anybody. Shelters should be using veterinary clinics to have their students come and learn from these animals that are in these terrible scenarios. Take the research and put it towards something greater so that we can all learn from this, so we have less 2.7 on average million cats and dogs dying per year. According to the article written by Jennifer Yorty, inbreeding causes health issues that can cost you hundreds to thousands of dollars in medical bills trying to take care of your loved one. Inbreeding also shortens the lifespan of approximately 1.7 years to those of mixed breeds, which obviously doesn't sound like a lot, but if you love your little buddy like I do, 1.7 years, I'll try my best to keep that going. In conclusion, we need to educate each other, connect with one another, especially these little guys, care for one another, volunteer to learn more, and inspire one another to do more for those that can't do for themselves. And overall, adopt, don't shop, adopt, don't shop, adopt, don't shop, adopt, don't shop, adopt, don't shop. That's right, adopt, don't shop. Adopt, don't shop.